Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you're having an amazing day. It is Tuesday, July 1st, 2014, and we're going to read Enoch, Enoch, chapters 76, 77, and 78. Chapter 76, the 12 windows and their portals. And at the end of the earth I saw 12 portals open to all the quarters of the heaven, from which the winds go forth and blow over the earth. 3 of them are open on the face, i.e. the east, of the heavens, and 3 in the west, and 3 on the right, the south, of the heavens, and 3 on the left, the north. And the 3 first at those of the east, and 3 are of the north, and 3 after those on the left of the south, and 3 of the west. Through four of these comes winds of blessing and prosperity, and from those 8 come hurtful winds, which they are sent. They bring destruction over all the earth, and on the waters upon it, and all who dwell thereon, and on everything which is in the water, and on the land. And the first wind from these portals, called the east wind, comes forth through the first portal which is in the east, inclining towards the south, which it comes forth desolation, drought, heat, and destruction. And through the second portal in the middle, which in the middle comes what is fitting. And from it there comes rain, and fruitfulness, and prosperity, and dew. And through the third portal, which lies toward the north, comes cold and drought. And after these comes forth the south winds, which forth the south winds through 3 portals. Through the first portal of them, verse 7, and after these come forth the south winds through 3 portals. Through the first portal of them, inclining to the east, comes forth hot wind. And through the middle portal next to it, there comes forth fragrant smell, and dew, and rain, and prosperity, and health. And through the third portal lying to the west comes forth dew, and rain, locusts, and desolation. And after these the north winds. From the 7th portal in the east comes dew, rain, locusts, and destruction. And from the middle portal comes in a direction health, and rain, and dew, and prosperity. And through the third portal in the west comes cloud, and hoarfrost, and snow, and rain, and dew, and locusts. And after these 4 are the west winds. Through the first portal adjoining the north comes forth dew, hoarfrost, and cold, and snow, and frost. And from the middle portal comes forth dew, and rain, and prosperity, and blessing. And through the last portal, which adjoins the south, comes forth drought, and desolation, and burning, and destruction. And the 12 portals of the 4 quarters of the heaven are therewith complete, and all their laws, and all their plagues, and all their benefactions have I shown to thee, my son, Methuselah. Chapter 77, the 4 quarters of the world, the 7 mountains, the 7 rivers. And the first quarter is called the east, because it is the first, and the second the south, because the Most High will descend there. Yea, there is quite a special sense will he who is blessed forever descend. And the west quarter is named the diminished, because there all the luminaries of the heaven wane and go down. And the 4th quarter, named the north, is divided into 3 parts. The first of them is for the dwelling of men. The second contains seas of water, and the abysses, and forests, and rivers, and darkness, and clouds. And the third part contains the garden of righteousness. I saw 7 high mountains, higher than all the mountains which are on the earth, and thence comes forth hoarfrost, and days, seasons, and years pass away. I saw 7 rivers on the earth, larger than all the rivers, one of them coming from the west pours into waters into the great sea. And these two comes from the north to the sea and pour waters into the Athraean sea in the east. And the remaining four come forth on the side of the north to their own sea, two of them to the Ephraim sea, and two in the great sea, and discharges themselves there, and some say into the desert. 7 great islands I saw in the sea, and in the mainland, 2 in the mainland, and 5 in the great sea. Just going back because I wanted to check something out. It's weird how it says in the west quarter is named the diminished, because there all the luminaries in the heaven wane and go down. Because we're considered, the United States is considered the west. Chapter 78. The sun and moon, the waxing and waning of the moon. And the name of the sun are the following: the first Origeris, and the second Tammuz. And the moon has 4 names: the first is Asonja, the second Ebla, the third Ben-Az, and the fourth Era. These are the 2 great luminaries. Their circumferences is like the circumference of heaven, and the size of their circumference of both is alike. And the circumference of the sun there are 7 portals of light, which is added to it more than to the moon, and in definite measure it is transferred to the 7th portal of the sun is exalted. Exhausted. And they set and enter the portals of the west, and make the revolution by the north, and come forth through the eastern portals on the face of the heaven. And when the moon rises, 1/14th part appears in the heaven. The light becomes full in her. On the 14th day she accomplishes her light, and 15 parts of light are transferred to her till the 15th day. When her light is accomplished, according to the signs of the year, and she becomes 15 parts, and the moon grows by the addition of 14 parts. And in her waning, the moon decreases on the first day to 14 parts of her light, on the second to 13 parts of light, on the third to 12, on the fourth to 11, on the fifth to 10, on the sixth to 9, on the 7th to 8, on the 8th to 7, on the 9th to 6, on the 10th to 5, on the 11th to 4, on the 12th to 3, on the 13th to 2, on the 14th to half of a 7th, and all her remaining light disappears wholly on the 15th. And in certain months, the months have 29 days, and once 28. And Uriel showed me another law. When the light is transferred to the moon, and on which side it is transferred to her by the sun, during all the periods during which the moon is growing in her light, she is transferring it to herself when opposite to the sun during 14th day. Her light is accomplished in the heaven, and when she is illumined throughout, her light is accomplished full in heaven. And on the first day she is called the new moon, for on that day the light rises upon her. She comes full moon exactly on the day when the sun sets in the west, and from the east she rises at night, and the moon shines the whole night through till the sun rises over against her, and the moon is seen over against the sun. On the side whence the light of the moon comes forth, there again she wanes till all the light vanishes, and all the days of the month are at an end, and her circumference is empty, void of light. And 3 months she makes of 30 days, and at her time she makes 3 months of 29 days each, in which she accomplishes her waning in the first period of time, and in the first portal of 177 days. And in the time of her going out she appears for 3 months, of 30 days each, and for 3 months she appears of 29 each. At night she appears like the last verse for today. At night she appears like a man for 29 each time, and by day she appears like the heaven, and there is nothing else in her save her light. And that does conclude Enoch for today. We read chapter 76, 77, and 78. Peace be in you, my brothers and sisters. May the Lord have mercy on us all. I love you guys so very much. God bless.